Hello, Oxlade-Chamberlain TV. It's player ratings time. Liverpool beat West Ham by 2-0. Going to be a couple of high scores in this one, I think, even though West Ham were absolutely diabolical. But, take nothing away from the Reds. I thought they were superb. We're going to start with Alison Becker. Obviously, he's the goalkeeper. I'm going to give him a 9. I could quite easily give him a 10, if I'm being honest. Again, another game where he doesn't have a lot to do, but when he's called upon, he made some big saves. There was 3 in the second half that I can remember. I joked in match reaction, just call me Spider-Man. Like, he's absolutely everywhere. There was one in particular where he's going the other way and he needs to dive low left to save it. I think he goes out for a corner in the end, but I'm lost for words on him. I really am. His distribution is coming out, his reading of the game, his confidence, sat there in the stands, not one problem at all. The gaspy moments where you think West Ham are in, they've got a chance, big hand, save, don't worry about it, it's fine. So he can have a 9, you can argue he could have a 10, and that'll be perfectly fine. Right back, Trent Alexander-Arnold, I will give him a 7. He was involved quite a lot more than he has been, to be honest with you. He's able to go and get forward. Deliver some crosses. So some of his set pieces from corners went great. They tried a short corner routine, it just got kind of sniffed out, but that isn't just solely his fault. Again, link up play with the midfield with Jordan Henderson, making those runs, supporting Mohamed Salah on the right hand side. I thought he was fantastic. So he can have a 7. Joe Gomez, in fact I'll do Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk together. They can both have 9s, and arguably again you can give them 10s. Sebastian Haller was up top. I don't know who was supporting him, forgive me, but any time they got a sniff at goal, bar those chances I mentioned that Alison saved, they were just everywhere. They held a high line, and they stuck to it, and they've got the pace behind them to go and make the runs in to support that and defend and just shove West Ham off the ball. They absolutely bullied them to the point where they just gave up. It's absolutely sound, so they can both have 9s. Robertson, again, similar to Trent, bombing forward. I don't know whether I feel sorry for him in the fact that he's playing with Divock Origi, and that's not a criticism of Divock Origi. I've said this before, of that link-up play that he's got with Sadio Mane, and there was a lot of talk on earlier in the week between Chris and David Maddock about knowledge versus understanding. He's got that understanding with Sadio Mane, and when Timber go make runs, I think he holds some of them back when he's playing with Divock Origi, just in case he loses the ball. He's got to go back and go and defend as well. But again, chased everything, harried everything, physically strong as well, which we always see from Robertson, of shoving people off the ball and going, that's mine actually. I'll give Robertson a 7 as well, but again, argue higher, I don't care, it's fine. Central midfield, Jordan Henderson. Tom will absolutely leather the shit out of me if I don't give Jordan Henderson a 10 for this game and he's nodding behind the camera. Of course, he's got to have a 10, I said before. In terms of pressing, harrying, just covering every blade on the pitch yet again from Jordan Henderson. A man who's in form. If you don't rate Jordan Henderson at this point, just give up watching football, because he brings so much to this team. Not only that, he orchestrates people when to go forward, he shouts at them when they're doing stuff wrong, which is the role of a captain. I understand that, but this could have been a game where you kind of switch off or take your foot off the gas, and he just wasn't having it, so I think he deserves a 10. In midfield, Gini Wijnaldum can have an 8. Again, same as Jordan Henderson, just didn't give West Ham any time on the ball at all, just wasn't having it. Again, we see those glimpses of genius from Gini Wijnaldum, where he's in tight spaces, he's got 2-3 people around him, sticks his arse out, which he's entitled to do, and just kind of pass it out to the left or to the right to someone in space, which isn't a glorious role. We said this about Genie before. Just the dirty work, which is credit to him. He's happy to do that and create and start attacks and start counter attacks, and absolutely spot on. Oxlade-Chamberlain, I'm going to give him an 8. I thought he took his goal really well actually. I wasn't sure before that, but I think he's another one he's kind of got a point to prove, hasn't he? He's not been, I don't think he's been great in the past few weeks, but again, he just harried everything. He's supported Mo's link-up play with the front 3 was excellent. His ability to just get the ball in midfield, again, around tight spaces, but his first instinct is to take a touch, turn and go forward towards that goal, and he started so many chances for Liverpool in that game, and again, he just carries on, doesn't give up, and he gets his goal eventually, and I thought it was actually really well taken. The front 3, Mohamed Salah can have a 10 as well. I thought he was absolutely fantastic tonight, a man on fire. I mentioned him in match reaction. He might have that extra incentive that Sadio Mane isn't playing, he can go for the golden boot, but I think he was just bang up for it. He hits the post, he gets the goal. from the penalty, and he's asked, like, I want to watch it back again for the assist for Oxlade-Chamberlain outside of the boot, and he could have had more goals and probably should have had more goals, but you know, it's good to see him back on the score sheet, banging fire. And again, you know, you can say West Ham was shite all you like, but Mohamed Salah was absolutely fantastic for me tonight, as was Bobby Firmino. I've said this before as well, I suffer from Bobby bias. He's my favourite player by a mile, and he has been for a long time. Again, he's a man who's dropping deep, comes to create, looks for the ball, looks to bring other players into play. Some really neat touches. I think he could have had a goal in the first half as well. I think he tried to chip the goalkeeper. It might have been someone else, but I could barely see the pitch, never mind the players, because the stadium is a bit fucking mental. But again, yeah, I give Bobby an 8 for that one, and Divock Origi can have a 7. Yeah, I give him a 7. He wins the penalty. I really struggle with Divock Origi, and I think when he starts games, I'm a little hesitant to how he's going to perform, and whether he comes in and out of games, it's really hard for him. Maybe I'm being really harsh on him in that sense of, you know, he doesn't have the fluidity or consistency of starting games week in, week out. So for him to come in and me expect him to hit the ground running, maybe I'm asking too much. But again, he seems to have the right ideas, but the conviction just isn't there, and whether that is game time or confidence or whatever else, it just doesn't seem to be there at the minute. But again, he wins the penalty, which gets Liverpool in the lead, so yeah, he can have a 7. Substitutes for Fabinho, much better than he was on Thursday. I'm not sure he could have been any worse, to be honest. I'll give him a 7, but again, it's him playing in that deeper role where I think Pedro Chiavea was more or less there at the weekend, taking his time, playing the right passes, just getting involved in the play and getting used to his teammates again. You know, he was shite on Sunday, but you know, he's got Gini and Hendo, which then turned to Gini and Keita towards the end. Just getting his rhythm back, and I'm getting some game time. The game was gone. West Ham had given up at this point. A perfect opportunity to bring him in. Other substitutes, Curtis Jones was only on for a few minutes. I'm not going to score him, but again, influential game time for him. He's obviously going to play this Shrewsbury game, so for him to be involved in the first team setup, I think we can all agree, if anyone's going to break through from that youth setup at the moment, it will be him. And there's one more substitute, Tom. Oh, Naby Keita again, sorry, yeah. I'd already mentioned him. Again, bit like Fabinho, someone to come back in, get the rhythm. I would have liked him to have started this game, to be honest, but he wasn't ready, and Chamberlain did it justice because he obviously scores. But again, you know, bringing that extra energy into midfield towards the end of the game, not giving up, keeping up the pace, and again, you know, leading the press, getting the ball forward, playing cute little passes, the stuff that we like to see from Naby Keita. Absolutely excellent. So Naby can have a 7. Why not? Let me know your player ratings in the comments below. If you disagree with me, obviously tell me. It's fine. Like the video, subscribe to Redmen TV, and we'll see you soon. Ta-ra.